السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معكم حسين أبو علم، متطوع في نفهم. هناخد النهاردة شابتر 3 بارت 1 في القصة المقررة على الصف الثالث الإعدادي في الترم الأول Black Beauty. First of all, why did John write Black Beauty as fast as he could? Our objectives today: who is Joe Green? Why did John write Beauty as fast as he could? What happened to Black Beauty after Joe left him? When we returned to Birtwick Park, we heard that John was to have a new helper. His name was Joe Green, and he was 14 years old. Are you sure you don't need someone who is older than this? asked Squire Jordan. No, sir. في الجزء ده يا ولاد ممكن يجي لنا السؤال اللي بيقول who was Joe Green? Joe Green was John's new helper. He was only 14 years old, said Joe. Joe is small, but he wants to learn, and he is a hard worker. I was the same age when I started here. I had no family, but you looked after me as well as any parent. Now I live here with a good job and a good living. It's only right that I do the same to this new boy, Joe Green. In the next few weeks, Joe learned to sweep the floor, bring in the food, and wash the carriages. He was too small to brush Ginger or me, so he practiced on merry legs. He was a happy boy who was always singing. However, it wasn't always a happy time. الجزء ده ممكن يجيلك سؤال. What did Joe Green learn to sweep? He learned to sweep the floor, bring in the food, and wash the carriages. هنا سؤال تاني. Why didn't Joe Green brush Ginger or Black Beauty? Because he was too small. نفس السؤال لو جالك بطريقة تانية. Why did he practice on merry legs? Because he was too small. نفس الإجابة. One day, something happened that stopped Joe singing for some time. John woke me up one morning when it was still dark. Almost before I could open my eyes, he was riding me past the house. Ride as fast as you can, called Squire Jordan, who was standing by the door with a lantern in his hand. Take this note to Dr. White. My wife is very ill. When you find the doctor, Black Beauty can rest at the inn. Yes, sir. الجزء اللي قرناه ده ممكن يجي فيه حته يقول لك why did John ride Black Beauty in the morning as fast as he could to give a note to Dr. White? Because Mrs. Jordan was very ill, cried John, and he rode me as quickly as he could through the village and out along the river. We went through another village, through a dark wood, up and down hills, until at last we came to town. Everything was quiet and everyone was sleeping. Finally, we arrived at Dr. White's house. John knocked loudly on the doctor's door. Mrs. Jordan is very ill. You must come now. I will come at once, but I have a problem. My son has taken my horse, and I don't have another. Can I ride yours? يجي لك هنا سؤال يقول لك why did the doctor take Black Beauty back to Mrs. Jordan? Because his son has taken his only horse. أو because his son taken his horse and he don't have another one. He is very hot because he has run all the way here. But I think it's the only way to save Mrs. Jordan. I will stay here and you can ride Black Beauty. It's hard for me to describe the journey back. The doctor was heavier than John and not such a good rider. هنا يجيلك سؤال. Why was the journey back for Black Beauty difficult? Because the doctor was heavier than John and he wasn't such a good rider like John. I had almost no energy When we finally arrived at Birtwick Park, the doctor ran into the house and young Joe took me inside. All my hair was wet and I felt so hot. هنا سؤال. How was Black Beauty when he arrived Birtwick Park? All his hair was wet and he felt so hot. Poor Joe was young and he didn't know what to do. A horse who has just run a long way needs to stay warm and drink warm water. It's a dangerous time for the horse, so someone should stay and watch him too. Joe didn't do this. He didn't put a warm blanket on me because I was hot, and then he gave me cold water to drink before he went away and left me alone in the steam. What wrong things or what mistakes did Joe do with Black Beauty? He didn't put a warm blanket on him. He gave him cold water and he left him alone in the steam. Began to feel very cold. All my body ached. I lay down and tried to sleep. When I woke up, John was at my side. It was difficult for me to breathe. He covered me with blankets and gave me some hot water. He then stayed with me night and day. Squire Jordan also came to see me. Poor Black Beauty, you saved my wife's life, and now you are as ill as she was. Although I was ill, I was happy to hear that she was ill. Why did Black Beauty become happy? Because he heard that Mrs. Jordan was well. Again, young Joe Green was very unhappy. He knew that I was ill because he did the wrong things that night. Why was Joe Green very unhappy? Because he knew that Black Beauty was ill because he did the wrong things that night. Luckily, I became well again in a few days, but I knew that John was angry with Joe. Word time. Ached, ached. Angry with, angry with. Blanket, blanket. Breathe, breathe. Hard worker, hard worker. Health, health. Look after, look after. Luckily, luckily. Stable, stable. Our abstract today. Who is Joe Green? Why did Joe ride Beauty as fast as he could? What happened to Black Beauty after Joe left him? Answer the following question. Who is Joe Green? احنا قلناها واحنا بنشرح. لسه فاكرين يا ولاد؟ صح. He is John's new helper. What did Squire Jordan ask John? What did Squire Jordan ask John? أيوة، برافو عليه اللي جاوب الصح. He asked him if he was sure he didn't need some older. Why did Jordan look after John? مين اللي يعرف الإجابة دي يا ولاد؟ فكرتوا؟ Because he had no family. Excellent اللي جاوب صح. How was the weather during the business trip? It was raining and windy. برافو اللي جاوب صح. What do you think that was happy? What do you think that was happy? He always singing. What did the doctor say? He said that he came at once, but he didn't have a horse. How was Joe's experience? How was Joe's experience? He didn't know what a horse needed after running. What did John say to Black Beauty? He covered him with blankets and gave him some hot water. دلوقتي answer the following questions yourself. ويا ريت تحطوا لي الإجابة في التعليقات. Why was Joe angry? Why was Joe angry? والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كان معكم حسين أبو علي.